Ring On It's presented by Charm Diamond Centers. Oh my God, why are you staring at me like that? Are you trying to kiss me right now?
Yes, I told you I want to get married. I'd like to go to the chapel with you, Maddie.
We had on a very special guest, Ashley Groves from Happily Hitched, who does micro weddings. And what did we...
Super cute and slay.
Yeah, what did we think?
I loved it. I learned that there's a lot more options out there than you think about.
Yeah.
The big, dramatic, white wedding is not,
Not
the only option out there.
Yeah. She gave a lot of perspective on things. Yeah, again, that I didn't really know about. But the biggest thing for me was the traditions that she debunked. Which is something I would have never thought about.
The who, what, when, where, why. The why of the wedding.
Yeah. The one thing I didn't ask though was the something borrowed, something blue, something. I still don't know what that's all about.
It's a tradition. I don't know what it means.
But she answered all the other questions.
Follow tradition. No, she did answer a lot of questions. It was great.
Which was so good. And we were so lucky to have Ashley on to bring her insight to our show. Yeah. And I am not getting married anytime soon, but if I was, I think Ashley would definitely be the person I would go to because she knows her shit.
She could help. Yeah. She would make me feel comfy about it.
Yeah,
I think
she
she's
does
very
it all.
welcoming.
Yeah. Yep.
Period. With a micro wedding. It would actually be cute.
I was so thinking this was gonna be a soft close, and you're just
period.
Slay.
Well, you can cut it. Cut the cameras. Wait, I haven't sung yet. Go into the chapel and we're gonna get married at Pizza Corner.
I'm crying, Katie. I hate you.
In the little chapel with only 20 people.
You're still going.
And a cake and a drag queen officiating.
Okay, Ashley, welcome to Ring On It.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yes, are you excited?
I'm so excited.
We're gonna
I'm excited.
Get into all of the nitty gritty, dirty wedding, crazy tea with you today.
How much time do we have?
Yeah, sit back.
So I want to know more about Happily Hitched. I mean, I could try explaining it, but we'll just hear it from the expert.
All right. So we are a micro wedding and elopement chapel down at Pizza Corner. So
oh my goodness.
Right down on Blower Street. Yeah, lots of fun.
Pizza Corner.
Right.
It's a vibe. But honestly, most of the time when we're doing the weddings, it's during the day. So it's pretty quiet. And then by the time Pizza Corner comes to life with its characters, we're gone. We're out of there.
Right.
So
we
get the best of it, and then people can have fun later.
Yeah, then go party after.
Exactly.
It's right around the corner.
It's reception at Boomers.
Yeah.
It's a good time. And then so we do all-inclusive packages there. So we offer the justice of the peace to officiate. We have a photographer in-house. We do the cake, a little bubbly toast. Folks have time to come in, say their vows, take some nice photos, and then they're downtown. They can go anywhere they want for a reception after. A nice meal or
that's awesome.
Picnic, whatever they want.
Yeah.
That's so fun. So say you're done after 6-ish? Because I was gonna say if I'm downtown, or if Katie's downtown, meets a guy, you can't just run up and get married real quick.
Not yet. No.
Not yet. Oh, let me put that in the brain. I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, look, for the legal piece, you need to have a marriage license. And there's some, but I mean,
this isn't Vegas.
Right.
But who knows? Maybe we'll do a little event or something. You can come do a little sham marriage
speed wedding.
Speed wedding. Oh my gosh.
Speed wedding.
That's so fun.
I don't know. Maybe
future.
You're hired marketing.
I have a marketing degree.
Oh my gosh. I love it. So what is your favorite part of what you do? Would be my question.
I just love how people come in and they're just so relaxed and happy and excited just to be celebrating the joy. planned larger weddings before, and they also, of course, are full of love and joy and great moments. But I do find that there's a lot more stress involved in those larger weddings.
Absolutely.
And by the time people get to the day, they're like, we just want it over with.
Yeah.
And there's so much and it goes by so quickly.
Right.
But the nice thing about what we do at the chapel and how intimate it is that people are so present in the moment.
Right.
And those really intimate moments are just, they're infectious and you can really feel them. And that's my favorite part.
That's awesome. I feel like that's fair because I feel like the more components you add to it, the more stressful it becomes.
Yeah.
And why do you want to be stressed out on your wedding day? You just want to focus on those moments that you talked about. Like, so I like that little tiny little intimate.
A tiny little cutie wedding.
Yeah. And then you can still like go have like a bigger party elsewhere, you know, like have a more intimate actual wedding and then who knows what.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
So
find,
kinda love.
yeah. Do you find everything, like since you started to now, like do you find things ramp up a lot more? Like people are looking into more micro weddings versus the big, you know, flashy, crazy one?
I think it ebbs and flows. But for the most part, we are seeing a lot of people transitioning to the smaller weddings. And actually, I think it was the Globe and Mail recently did an article where multiple weddings are becoming a thing where people are sort of doing a smaller ceremony and then the larger celebration later, or multiple celebrations in different locations.
Right.
So that's kind of a neat trend. And I don't even know if it's a trend because I think it's just the landscape is changing. So trends to me mean that it's sort of a flash in the pan. It's trendy for a little bit and then it goes away. But I think this is actually, we're seeing like an evolution of the way that the weddings are happening. And it may be longer lasting.
Yeah.
Period. That's so exciting. What advice would you give for somebody who's looking into kind of getting married or anything like that as well, and they don't know if they want to do the big or the
like
the
choosing
micro
what
wedding?
direction to go,
Yeah, or
type of
elopement.
thing.
Yeah,
It's hard.
yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of pressure behind it too because you don't want to upset people. Why wasn't I invited? Why'd you do something so small?
Yeah.
Right.
See a lot of that.
Yeah.
And there are people who they start kind of planning one direction and then they just throw in the towel and, you know, hard left to the other. Or for some people, honestly, a small wedding is just like plan A. That's what they've always wanted to do. Or they've never cared about the big thing. So the piece of advice I would give is take your time. You mentioned that there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
As soon as you get engaged, everyone wants to know, well, what's the date? What are your plans? Who's invited? Am I invited? Am I going to be there? Am I playing a key role? Like, it's not about you. And
No.
like, it comes from a place of they're very excited and they would love to be part of it. And those are beautiful, wholesome things.
Right.
But it also puts a lot of pressure on the couple to have answers right away. And so my advice is to take a breath. And when people ask these questions, you don't have to have an answer.
Right.
It's okay to say, we're not sure yet. And we're thinking about it. And we'll let you know when we know.
Yeah. I love that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you ever see like any upset guests or anything like that like think they're getting invited, but they're like, oh wait,
Oh, definitely.
right? Like any kind
Definitely.
of situations like that. Have you seen?
It definitely happens. And I think, so sometimes we've had couples come in and they wanted to do a straight up elopement, and then we've had to bump the package up to the micro wedding, which is up to 20 people. And then sometimes we add on the live streaming because then even more people want to be able to witness the
that's
wedding
cool.
and be part
That's
of it.
cool
They
idea.
can do live streaming. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
like
integrated
that.
into the space so that we can do that.
I like that. That's really cool.
That's really,
And people
really
don't like fully feel excluded from it.
Yeah.
And then you get the recording after, and it's kind of a
Right.
nice
I
memory.
didn't
a
think about that
keepsake.
too. Yeah.
So yes, it does definitely happen. But I think some people actually go the direction of the smaller wedding because they were getting that feedback. Even with a larger wedding, there's still only so many people you can invite within your budget.
Right.
And people get to the point where they say, well, if everyone can't come, then nobody gets to come.
Yeah.
Or only these very small few select people
Right.
get to actually be there, and then we'll celebrate with everyone else later.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair.
that's
Because
so
how do you
true.
choose
Well, that's the thing.
who's
right?
first? Parents.
Right.
But then I feel like my family's so big, I couldn't even get 20 people and have all my family that would want to be there.
that is true. I talked
Aunts
to
and uncles
Yeah.
galore.
Right.
They're never ending.
Yeah.
No, and that's like my boyfriend's, like his family is so big, and mine's pretty tiny, but like there's like a lot of people that would like are like family that I would absolutely
Right.
need to be there.
Right.
And like we were talking about that the other day. We were like, oh yeah, like, you know, if we were to get married tomorrow, like who would be and like our wedding party and whatever. And we're going through, and like the more we're listing people, we're like, oh my God, this is gonna be awful someday.
Tragic.
Like there's just so many like people, and it's like even with like other people's weddings, it's like, oh, if they want you as your maid of honor, but like maybe you don't want to be theirs, and like there's so much like
yeah.
the politics of
Politics
like,
is
weddings.
nuts.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm only 23. Like,
No.
And it's amazing how many people you actually know when you start writing it down.
Yes.
yeah.
think-
Like, oh, 20 people is so many. No.
That's like bare.
Right.
And then if you think about like partners of people, and it adds up quickly. Like those plus
Right.
ones.
Yeah, I forget that people have
Plus ones.
Plus ones.
If you're
yeah.
getting kids at the
gosh.
wedding, you know, all those components.
That's kid.
that just adds a whole nother layer too.
Yeah.
I'll say another thing that kind of one of the pitfalls I think of planning and early planning is when people start booking vendors and things that the price is based on the guest number. So things like food and venues and spaces, even decor. You need a certain amount of decor for a certain number of guests per table.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
So if you don't know your guest count before you start
Like
contracting
planning.
your vendors,
Yeah.
you could end up spending a lot more than you originally thought you were
Right.
going to.
Right.
Yeah. Because you think, like, I don't know, when I was a kid, at least, like, I was like, oh, like, I can have the big, like, fairy tale wedding, the big dress, and I have unlimited money because why wouldn't I? Right.
Duh, I want this, this, and this. I feel like that's a lot of people's original
Totally.
like dream is like big wedding party, crazy,
Huge.
awesome,
And then you
everything I
start-
want.
Right. And then it starts to get smaller.
Reality
and smaller.
check.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't think it necessarily has to be a bad thing, though. I mean, like, you've made it in a way that it's still an exciting celebration of love, but it doesn't have to be with all the bells and whistles and everything like
Right.
that too, which I think is really,
Get
really
down to like
cool.
the deeper of what it's actually for.
Yeah, the love.
You
And
know.
I think that those smaller COVID weddings, which were a necessity at the time just because of
True.
things being closed down, kind of gave people permission
Right.
to step outside of what the norm was and change
Yeah.
what their initial kind of dream was. And I think a lot of those dreams that we have are just their expectations that other people have placed on us, or things that we've grown up watching and seeing and think, well, this is
yeah.
the expectation. And now those things are kind of removed. It's a lot of people attended small weddings or went to Zoom weddings even over COVID.
Right.
And they're like, you know what? This was nice. We could do this. This is fine.
Flip the
and
switch.
it's okay.
Totally. Yeah. And also too, I'm curious with micro weddings, do they have like a wedding party as well? Or is it just like, how does that
Are they
work?
included in the 20? You mean?
Yeah. Like what's the tea there?
They are.
So they would be included in the 20.
Okay.
Yeah. And we don't see huge wedding parties at the chapel. One, the space isn't super large for a lot of people to be standing up with a couple. We'll sometimes see like each person has a witness. So traditionally would be like maid of honor or best man. And so those are just like, you know, a traditional wedding kind of thing. But there's nothing traditional about what we do. So
Right.
I basically just call them witnesses or like your best people. And sometimes they stand up next to the couple. Sometimes they just, you know, they're there and they sit in the first couple rows and they're the ones who will hand the rings over when they're asked for, and they sign the marriage certificate.
Right. That's
Very
sweet.
cool. Yeah. Because I was wondering about that. I was like, how does that work? And I mean, obviously I stalked your website, Happily Hitched, and the chapel is so gorgeous. I love it.
cute.
But I couldn't help but notice, do you have a drag queen that officiates?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Devastation.
That is so much
fabulous.
fun. Where
is
did that
fabulous.
idea? Yeah, where did that idea come from?
So Deva, who alternate name would be Stephen McLeod, he is an officiant, a justice of the peace, and I met him at an event somewhere.
Slay.
And actually, when she was Deva, and we were just chatting, and this was just when I was starting the chapel, and I mentioned what I was doing, and she goes, I'm a justice of the peace. And I would love to do some ceremonies in drag if you want that. Or I can also do it out of drag as
Right.
Steven. It's fine. So
cool.
it's an option there that people can choose, and
Love
it's a lot
it.
of fun.
I'm sure a lot of people do. I think that's so fun.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
And she is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, who wouldn't want to have their wedding
Like that's
officiated
just
by
so
a drag
fun, I
queen?
think, and it just
mean,
adds a little extra like different flair that probably a lot of people don't have. So I think it's really fun.
Well, I get compared a lot to sort of a Vegas style chapel, right?
Right.
Like, you think wedding chapel, you think Vegas.
Yeah.
And so I get asked a lot, do you have an Elvis? And I'm like, I don't have
my
an Elvis,
gosh.
but I do have a drag queen.
Right.
I love. Oh my
Right.
goodness, arguably better, I would say.
I think
Agree.
so.
Agree.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty botched looking
my
Elvis impersonators
gosh.
too. Like, that's so funny. So going back to Vegas, though, I mean, was that your inspo for starting Happily Hitched?
Oh yeah.
I mean, look, they've been doing it for decades and they're onto something. They're tapped into something that
Yeah.
people need and want. But people aren't traveling down south as much now. They're not traveling as far away.
Yeah.
True.
As we know, as we talked about earlier. I mean, not
Yeah.
everyone
Right.
is going down to the States these days. Staying a little bit closer to home, a little bit more affordable, but still fun. You know, just something sort of between the large production of a big wedding and the courthouse.
Right. Like a happy little medium.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I mean, we were talking about this before we started recording, though. But like, at our age, people are like having kids and getting married.
It's
and
a
like,
weird age because some
it's
people are
super
so
weird.
far from it,
Yeah.
and some people are like questioning about it. Right.
Right. Well, I got a few steps, but like,
Yeah, I know, but you're close. You know.
close-ish, and a few years. But like, even talking about it with him, like, we'll like get into it and like chat about it, and then we both get scared, and we're
Panic,
like, okay,
panic.
never mind. We're not talking about
Evacuate
this.
the dance
No,
floor.
Exactly. But do you have a lot of like couples who are kind of like nervous or a little
Yeah.
not cold feet, but
Definitely.
like having not second thoughts either? I don't know. Like,
I feel like
anxiety
anybody would
about
be
it, maybe?
nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we definitely do get couples who they're so intimidated by the whole planning process, and that's part of the appeal of what we do is because it's one fee to me, and we take care of everything.
Yeah, like
Right.
you don't have to worry about a cake or
Or a
anything
wedding
because
planner and
it's
stuff
done.
too. Yeah.
You're not vetting photographers or just the piece or
Yeah,
finding a
coordinating
bakery
a
and
daytime.
Yeah.
It's just let me know what time you want and make sure you bring your marriage license, and I will make sure that you have all of the key vendors you need there to make everything happen.
Perfect.
Is that
Done
like a
for
lot
you.
of pressure for you though? Like, that seems like you're taking on the role of like every part of an aspect of a wedding planner, and then also like not catering, but like cake and photography. Like, is that how are you doing?
Oh, thank you. It's honestly, it's what I was doing before with the larger weddings.
Right.
It's what I've done in corporate event planning for years and years. I enjoy it. I love it. And because of my experience in the industry here, I had really great vendor contacts.
Right.
So I already had these people I've worked with before. I know are amazing. I can trust them. And if I set my systems up and my processes up so that it's pretty easy. If somebody books, I've got a set package and I have the trusted vendors I can go to. I know that I'm going to get quality results every time. I mean, that's the load off me as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it.
We talk about jewelry a lot in this episode, and we want to thank Charm Diamond Centers for giving us this amazing jewelry.
Stunning pieces.
And also, we talk about men's jewelry too, which I
Yes.
don't think is talked about enough. So the men that are listening, go get your chains.
Go get your jewelry.
It'll make your girl happy.
Green flag.
From Charm Diamond Centers. We're gonna get into our segment that we do here,
Yes.
icks or ahs. We're gonna do it wedding edition.
Wedding
Okay.
So I got
icks
some
and
fun.
ahs.
Yes, I got some fun
I'm
ones.
excited to hear them.
I know. I had like a blast making them, to be honest, because we were talking in like our office too, being like, like, did you have this? Like, have you been to a wedding where this happened? And they're just like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really?
Yeah, and like I'll tell you like what I'm talking about. I
I've
feel
only ever
like you'll
been,
know.
I've only
but-
ever been to like 2 weddings and I was a child. Like I was,
gosh.
I didn't.
Okay, so then I might have to explain.
And
this
there are
to you, but
some
that's okay.
cultural and regional things too with some of these, I think.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Okay, this is going to be fun. So first one, we're starting off strong. Themed weddings. So as in like, I put down examples like a Harry Potter themed wedding or a Disney themed wedding or like a fairy tale themed wedding.
To each their own, but for me, that's an ick. Like I wouldn't do it for myself. Like maybe a color theme or like a subtle theme, but not like dramatic.
Yeah.
Dramatic. Not for me. Anyways.
I also second.
Yeah.
For me, it can be an awe. but it depends.
Right.
Depends. And that's what we're going to say. Everything we say is very situational.
It's
Everything
so tricky
depends.
But it's just to spark fun banter. But yes, yeah, I personally wouldn't. It's not my cup of tea. But I would have like, well, I guess I shouldn't say that because like pink, that was always what I wanted to.
But
have,
that
like,
can be your color. Like usually weddings have a color.
a color scheme.
A color
Theme.
palette just to kind of tie it all together.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
That's what
that's
my
very
Pinterest board
normal.
has.
That's very the vibe.
Yeah.
But like wearing like a crazy costume or like having crazy decorations is not my thing.
So I'm
Personally.
complete opposite. So I'm a theater kid at heart.
Okay, fair.
Oh my
So I come from a
gosh.
theater background. And I'm
That's
just
awesome.
like, that is the most unique thing you can do for your wedding is
Right.
to make it about your interests. So if you are, hardcore Disney fan
Absolutely.
and you're like, this is my personality, this is me. To me, that is probably the best way to make it unique in your own. Because everyone thinks their wedding is unique, but it's like it's this shade of pink or that shade of pink, and it's like, and you're right, like that's a colorway, and that's a normal thing to do for weddings,
Right.
Right.
But they all kind of look fairly similar.
Right. Well, you've seen so many too. I
yeah.
mean, like this is your
Yes.
bread and butter.
There's nothing wrong with that. They're beautiful, and they're
course.
classic for a reason.
Of course.
Right.
But I do love if somebody gets really personal with it. That's
Out
cool
of the
to me.
box.
Yeah, especially if it like can find a way that twists you and your partner
Yeah.
into
Tied
the
in.
same. Like that's cute.
If you're a big music buff and you want to incorporate, songs into throughout your theme or maybe subtly into your clothing, that'd be cool.
Right.
I love that. No, this is fun. I love it. We're off to such a strong start. This one I'm very excited about because I have a very strong opinion on this.
Oh no.
So smashing cake into the other person's
Hate.
face.
With consent, okay. Otherwise, huge ick.
okay.
You always see those. I see those
that's a
videos
good-
online
good
of
disclaimer.
them like, you just paid so much money to get your makeup done. First of all,
my thoughts every single
oh
time.
my gosh. Second of
Yeah.
all, is her nose broken? Is their nose broken?
Yeah.
Did you break their nose?
Yeah.
So it depends, right?
Yeah.
If they had talked about it in advance and they consented, but you do see a lot of those videos where the one partner is like, no, please don't do that. And they're very much pulling away. They're like, do not do that. And the
Yes.
other person is getting in their space. Like to me, that's
It's
breaking consent,
it's
and that
crazy.
is
It's a huge ick.
I think if they do
We
a
need
cute
that.
like it could be a cute little like, ooh,
Yeah. Right.
but the smashing in their face is where it's an ick for
Some
me.
do that and have a great time with it because
Right.
they've agreed to it and that's a thing
Right.
and that's their
Totally.
thing. Totally fine. But
I would
otherwise,
crush.
I would cry.
generally pretty big ick.
I would cry. Ick for me.
But then, okay, so we were talking about this in our office though, because I brought that up to everybody and I was like, oh my gosh, is that not the craziest thing? And they were like, well, there's like a whole reason behind it to begin with. And I was like, what do you mean? And it's like feeding the other person, not obviously smashing the cake in their face, but like feeding it to the other person is like, you look out for me, I look out for you.
Right.
And there's symbolism behind it.
Yep.
Didn't know that.
Most of these have symbolism behind them.
see, I don't know any of that.
I know. I was so like floored. I spent my whole
Which
day
is
looking
cute
up
though.
weddings and everything.
That the symbolism of that is cute.
Right,
But
but people take it to like the way
if your partner's
worst
smashing in
extreme.
your face and you told them you didn't want it, that's crazy
yeah, no.
behavior.
Exactly. This one I have a good take. Well, yeah,
gosh.
grocery store wedding cake instead of like a fancy
That's fine.
tall one.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Yeah. Why? First of all, is anyone actually eating it? Probably most of the time, not a lot of people, or a lot of it probably goes to waste. I don't know. I've never been to a wedding. I don't know. But in my head,
yeah.
I wouldn't think to go to the cake table.
It depends on what your priorities are.
Right.
Some people are really big foodies and like
Oh,
a
want, like,
really amazing cake is part of the experience. And some are like, I don't even really like cake. I don't even know why I have a cake.
Right.
There
Let me
was
get a styrofoam
whole-
one for take a picture with.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Some
See,
people
that's
do
what
that.
I saw TikTok, me referencing TikTok, because that's all I was doing today.
Yeah.
But like they had like a styrofoam like
Yes.
cake and it was like decorated.
Yes.
But then they had like a sheet cake with it
Yeah.
sliced.
out in the
But
back.
Costco sheet cake.
people didn't know. Like they were
How
just
would
like,
you know?
They're like,
It's
nobody
a
has
white
to
cake
know.
half of the time.
And I'm like, that's so
It's also
With
a
a
little bit of
flower
a
on it.
misconception that a fake cake is less expensive because they still have to
Really?
spend time decorating
Build it,
that
decorate
styrofoam
it.
cake.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. So it's not necessarily cheaper, but if you want something like really tall and large and like
Extravagant.
it can be less dangerous to get to transport that, I guess.
Oh, horror stories. Your whole cake
Because it can
falls
be
over.
quite heavy.
Oh, okay. Oh, this one's interesting. Okay. Crying at ceremonies in ick or an awe.
I think that's.
Ooh. Not that it matters who. I
Right.
cry at almost everybody's
I'm a
ceremony.
crier.
And I don't even...
I
also
will
a
probably
big-
cry.
Yeah.
It's also that thing. You see the thing if they don't cry when I come down the aisle, like I'm turning around.
I told Colby that.
We're
the other
starting
day.
over.
A lot of people have that mantra.
Me, I have
Yeah.
that mantra.
See?
I told him that I was like, if you don't cry, I'm
You're
taking
not
my
emotional
ass and
right
walking
now?
back and
Starting
we're gonna
again.
try
Do
it
it again.
Yes.
No.
But I think like most times, like I don't know, I think it's like so wholesome because
I
they're just
like
so.
I like an emotional.
You know, I don't think that's
Yeah.
an ick, but
We just had a couple recently that they decided to do their personal vows before everyone arrived.
Oh.
So their start time was 3:00. They came in, they did a first look, which was such a beautiful moment.
Aw.
And then they read their personal vows to each other. We got some photos of that.
Yeah.
And then all of the guests arrive and they did the legal stuff. There's
Right,
only like a few
right.
things
The
that you have
I
to say
do.
to make it legal. And
Yeah.
and that was it. So that
Aw.
moment was so intimate and so beautiful.
That
and there
is
was a lot
nice.
of tears for sure.
see, like that's like the whole point,
All my
in my
eyes out.
opinion. Like that's awesome, and I don't know, I love a cry at a wedding.
I'm an emotional person, so
Like-
I like it.
Yeah,
I cried all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And some of the couples I don't meet until that day.
Right.
Like there are some couples who don't come in and say they book the space and they're like, kind of like a courthouse. We're going to show up with our stuff and
Yeah.
what happens happens.
Yeah.
And they trust me to make it beautiful, which I'm so glad they put that trust in me,
Right.
and I
Aw.
do not take that lightly. But yeah, I cry.
Absolutely.
everyone.
Absolutely.
I think it's so romantic and wholesome and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some people don't cry, like they're just not criers, and that's like
Sure.
totally.
Oh, I
fair
cry.
and
I cry
valid.
at a dog video.
But I fear I cry. at
I'll be
everything.
crying at my wedding.
Okay. Oh, this is the one I was excited about. Okay, so I don't know if you'll know about what I'm gonna say, but this is a
scared.
huge hot topic today in the office. So
Okay.
the tradition of going under and removing the garter with your teeth and coming out with it. To me, I was like 8 when I first saw that at a wedding, and
Yeah.
I got an ick. Well, I didn't know what it was, but I like
Yeah.
thinking back, I'm like in
I don't know what
front
this is,
of
but I don't like it.
right, and it was like at like
No.
the reception, like you know they were
No.
sitting and on the hands and knees, and I was like, this is too
Well,
much.
maybe it has a meaning, but for me, the thought of kissing a man in front of my parents and family is already too much for me. Like
imagine
if
them
someone's
going
up
up
my
very
dress.
intimate
up
moment.
under your dress in front of like the whole reception.
In front of
Anyway,
my
Ashley, I'm
grandmother.
itching to find out what your thoughts are on this.
Ick.
Yeah,
Ick,
Ick,
okay, glad we agree here.
Yeah.
but like, what's
Again,
the lore
it's tradition.
behind
Like
it?
I get it.
Where did it come from?
Yeah,
Do you want to know where it came?
Yes, I do.
So I want to say it was, I want to say maybe the Renaissance, where people would take pieces of the bride's dress for luck. And it got to the point where they're like, we don't really want you tearing up these dresses anymore. So we're going to give pieces away, or like give this one piece away. And that's where like the toss kind of came from. So it's like you toss it and you catch it and you have the luck.
Got it.
So that's kind of where that came from, and of course it's evolved and
Right.
or devolved, and it's turned into something very different. And I don't know, personally, ick, but
Yeah.
yeah, why does it have to be, why
Yeah.
can't it just be like a bracelet on her, on
Yeah.
the hand, or like a scrunchie?
A scrunchie is so
scrunchie.
real.
Well, that's the first thing I thought of,
But it's
that
like-
same shape.
Yeah. And like I will say, like that wedding I went to, like totally like the most fun ever. Like everything else was like such a blast. Like
Yeah.
there was a lot of dancing. It was like a very good memory I had of weddings. However, I was so
As a
young,
child, that's probably scarring.
and
yeah.
I just remember I was like, wait, why is he doing that? Like I was like ew, like I don't like I don't know what it
it
means.
can be a lot of fun, and
People
it's,
were cheering and
sure,
like
absolutely.
hollering.
It's a little rowdy moment.
Yeah.
Actually, I was at a wedding once, a family member's wedding, and so they had the garter, and so traditionally, sort of all the bachelors line up, and then you throw it, and the bachelor who catches the garter
Is
supposed to be the
next.
next to get married, and then the
the bouquet and
The
it was
bouquet toss and
then-
yeah.
and
But the bouquet's so much
but the-
more wholesome.
when they threw the garter, it like they parted. All the guys like ran out of the way. Sorry, they ran out of the way so that nobody would be catching it, and just kind of landed on the floor. And it was such an awkward moment.
Oh, I hate that.
That's crazy.
For the
Anyway,
bouquet,
so-
everyone was probably like, yeah, like
Right.
fighting
People
for
will
it.
like knock people out of the way for the bouquet,
Yes. Yeah.
but I mean, because who doesn't want flowers? But
Right.
Oh my god, that's really awkward. And I would overthink that so much if that happened at my wedding.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But also like that was up your partner's like
I mean, it doesn't go
thigh.
that high up.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, it
But
depends on the person, I guess.
It's like
but
Still.
it's a very intimate moment.
yeah.
It is a very
And then
intimate
nobody
moment.
wants to be next, so they run.
That is actually insane.
It was funny, but also kind of awkward.
See, that's an ick, right?
awkward.
Yeah.
That's a
I can't.
Big
I think it's, so anytime I think of that, I think of that moment, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Canceled.
can't separate it.
another one very similar would be strippers at my parents say stag party. Is that what it's called?
Some people say stag and doe. That's a regional thing.
Okay.
Bachelor, bachelorette,
Yeah,
or
'cause
just like
that's what I was
Say,
wondering.
what's a stag
I
party?
wrote stag because I was like, my parents say that, and I'm just like, wait, it is a bachelor, bachelorette,
Bachelorette?
or like it's the same thing, but
traditionally, and some people call them hen parties too, or like
I love
that's
this.
more in I think the UK. But so it is regional, and of course that one's pretty heteronormative, and then the time,
Right.
but you
Yeah.
can call them whatever. And some couples do their party
Dancers.
together.
I
Yeah,
read a
that's
book
a
where that
thing.
happened.
Yeah.
Which was kind of funny. But yeah, strippers at a it's an ick for me. I'm not a huge I don't know. I personally wouldn't want strippers at mine.
Yeah, I feel like it would make me, I don't know, uncomfy a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are we
it depends on
thinking?
what people like,
And
I
that's
guess.
the thing.
And
It
that's
depends on the person, how much
personally, like I don't,
Yeah.
I'm not that interested, but
Yeah.
if people find that fun and they want to do that, but like surprising someone with
Yeah,
that and
that's
not
crazy.
sure if they're
That
going to
happened
like
to
it or
my
not, or if
mom.
it's okay. Like,
No.
I don't know.
No.
Possibly
That's so
crossing
funny.
paths,
So
but
I just don't understand it. Same
Yeah.
thing when people have parties and the theme is like last bash or like
that's exactly, yeah.
It's like, why is that your theme?
Ooh.
It gives off like I can't have fun after I get married. You
I
know?
saw
Little
one that
ball
was
and
just-
chain.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
The
yeah.
themes that people
Oh.
have just that
Or
just
it's like
ties
last dick
into that.
forever or
Yes.
something. I was like, wait a minute, why does
Yes,
that sound
last-
so like
I can't even think of them right now, but even like
Yeah, last
just-
batch is true. But there was one
last
I knew a
bash
girl
and
who
like
did it.
it gives like I can't have fun after this energy, and I feel like that's what
That's
that
not-
does too. It's just like you can do
True.
that. It doesn't have to happen on your bachelorette. I don't understand.
No. And my last one that I have, which I think also is so well, okay, we'll say this.
Everything is.
Objections.
At a wedding.
I eat up the drama in like a book or like a TV show or like whatever. But if I was at a wedding, for one, somebody objects my wedding, I'm losing my cool and Bridezilla is
gosh.
coming out.
What would you? I don't even know what I would do.
But I say like, I don't want to say it's an awe because I don't think it is. But I also don't think it's an ick because I love the drama of it and the tea.
I like the drama also in a drama setting, but
But like if it happened to you,
can we
absolutely
be
ick.
an adult?
Yeah.
If you have a problem, could you have told me last week?
I've actually never been to a wedding where they've asked for objections.
Really?
Yeah. So it's actually
Oh. Is it a
not like,
Storybook thing?
That's just a,
I don't know if maybe it's a regional thing. Maybe it's
Oh, yeah,
something that's
true.
like legally has to be asked in some places, but like
Right.
here it's actually not part of the ceremonies unless someone like
Interesting.
as a joke kind of puts it in and everyone.
yeah.
But I've not actually seen it here.
Okay.
But one of the things that they do have to ask the couple is, do they know of any legal reason they cannot be married? But they're asking the couple that, not like
Interesting.
random people.
Right.
Right.
So, are you already married? Kind of thing.
I was
That's
gonna
the
say,
major
what
thing.
would-
Or like,
yeah.
are you not old enough to be married? Or
true.
are you intoxicated? Because technically, you're not supposed to be able to be married if you are
God.
impaired.
I did not know any of this.
Me
This
either.
is so
I
good.
can't
I'm so
pre-drink
glad
my
we brought you
wedding.
on.
I mean, just you have to be sober enough to consent to
Yeah, which,
a
like-
legal document, which is what you're signing.
Right, which
Wow.
like totally
You don't even
makes
think
sense.
about that.
But I just never would have.
So those pizza
that.
corner weddings in the middle of the night, those like
Yeah.
probably not legal.
No.
So wait, it would be different in Vegas though. Maybe.
I mean,
Would it?
everyone's drunk there. I don't know.
I was gonna say that's what I was thinking. I
No,
was like,
no.
I wonder if the rules are different out there. But that's so funny, and I love that. Wow, I learned so much.
No, me too.
I mean, it's not like something you really run into, and it's not like something that like,
Right.
super gets imposed. But
Right.
But still, like
That would be mortifying.
that would be. Oh yeah. Ugh. But I don't know. Objections overall. What are we feeling? Ick. I think it's so.
if
much.
you've lost your chance,
Yeah.
if
Ick.
like
I think it's such an ick if somebody like stands up is like,
I still
object."
love you.
Do you
That's
think
not the
that
time to
I'm
do
going to
it.
want to be with you after that? You
That's
just
right.
ruined my day and
in front of
embarrassed
like
me.
my family and like my friends
Oh my!
too.
Like I said, talk to me last week. Talk to me months ago.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you ever seen that where like an ex is like they're about to get married and then the ex is like, no.
Why is your ex at the wedding?
True.
Respectfully.
That's tea actually, you're right.
I have
Unless it's
seen.
like-
I have been to weddings where they're like still buddies. They're still friends.
Oh my
It
gosh.
happens.
I
Yeah.
got-
I'm friends with one of my partner's exes.
Okay.
And I love that.
I could
Honestly, if
could
you
not imagine any of my exes
I
at
was
my
gonna say,
wedding personally.
I would lose my
but
mind. You're an ex. No, absolutely not. But
To be fair, I have been married before and I am now divorced, and I
Right.
could not imagine that person at my
Right.
wedding.
Right.
Yeah, no, thank you.
queen. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How was your wedding?
It was fairly traditional wedding, which I think actually went into the way I designed the chapel was basically this is what I would want
Right.
as somebody kind of who's been there, done that, and doesn't want that now. Yeah, we had like 75 people, golf course, small church,
yes.
big dress.
Yeah.
You know, kind of
All
the
the things.
classic.
check.
Yep.
Yeah, right?
I love it.
Beautiful cake.
Yeah.
Love it.
I had 3 bridesmaids. He had 3 groomsmen. You know,
Nice.
it's just
Did the whole song and dance.
pretty
Cute.
classic.
But you
Pretty
know
classic.
what? Because of that, you have your amazing business and you can inspire other people
Everything
to
happens
take a
for
different route.
reason.
Exactly. And I
know?
think even just having the option is such a great thing, especially in the city, I think.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
When you made a good point, weddings are super expensive.
Oh
like
my
just
goodness.
sort of like a regular, just nice basic wedding for 100 to 150 people. The average cost is between $40,000 and $50,000 right now.
Yeah, like I'm never getting married.
I'm like, that's like not anything extravagant or
That's just an average.
It's just
See, that's so gross.
Average. That's like, yeah.
Jeesh.
but some people save up for that. Some people get like
True.
family support with it. There are people who, you know, they'll use a travel card and get lots of points and then take a really cool
Ooh,
vacation after, you know, so there
That's
are
so
different
fair.
ways you can
Right.
Look
pay
at
for a wedding like that. And if that's what is really meaningful to you or for you, then go for it.
I love
But
it.
there are so
Oh,
many
yeah.
people now who it's not worth it for them. And
Yeah.
now there are other options. And
Like we can be a life partner and not have a crazy expense, right?
Totally.
Right? I feel like a lot of
agreed.
people lean towards that now too.
And I think it's just good to have the option. I think that's the most like important thing. At least to me, it's like, you know, you can have the big wedding and that is still an option if you want it, but there's also other avenues you can go
That's
down.
why
that
the
isn't
micro
just-
wedding is cute because
Yeah.
you still have the wedding, but it's not the big. It's less expensive. It's not the big extravagant like stressor.
Yeah.
So
And Ashley takes care of everything.
that's me.
snaps for the queen.
We love it. Well, Ashley, thank you so much for coming
Yes.
on.
Thank
We're
you.
Such a pleasure to have you on.
So much fun to talk about all this. Thank you.
Yes, I could talk forever about it.
I actually literally could.
Brought to you by Charm Diamond Centers. Ring On It dives into modern love, commitments, and everything in between. If you want more, give us a follow on Instagram at Ring On It Pod.